Hi guys, I hope everyone's doing okay, taking care of yourselves, right? Finding some rest in this extra time that we have. But if you're looking to get your heart rate up, your blood pumping, and starting to connect to the breath, hopefully this hour will offer you a little bit of peace. And just remind yourself to go easy on yourself, right? We have enough external pressure going on right now. No need to cause more from within. With that being said, I want to start with a breathing exercise that I've done in class before, so you might be familiar. 4-7-8. It's a great breathing exercise to really deepen the breath, to bring awareness to it, but it has an effect on the body to help calm the central nervous system and bring us into the present. So find a comfortable seat, either cross-legged, maybe sitting on a block if you have them. Nestle down into the sits bones. Roll the shoulders back a few times. And then sitting tall through the spine. Let the eyes flutter shut. Take the right hand over the heart. The left hand right onto the belly. Without changing the breath or altering it at this moment, just start to take note of its natural rhythm. You start to turn the analytical mind off. We start to come to observe just what is without trying to change. Let the breath start to become bigger here, in and out through the nose. Riding the wave of the breath. So 4-7-8, it's a strong inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. We hold the lungs full for 7, and then a long, smooth exhale through the mouth for 8. We're gonna do 4 rounds of that. I'll cue you through it. Take an inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open mouth, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Notice any sensation that starts to arise. And exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Let the eyes flutter open, palms come to touch. Let the shoulders drop down and away from the ears, knees heavy towards the earth. With an exhale, twist to your right, left hand to the knee. Use the back arm like a kickstand to keep the chest lifted and open. Working to gaze deeper over or further over the shoulder with each and every exhale. Keep the left hand where it is. Inhale, the right arm rises up alongside the ear. Cross right arm over left, grabbing onto the opposite knee. Chin to chest, round the upper back, and take it inward. Peel the shoulder blades apart. Press the chin in towards the chest. Feel that physical connection, that compression there. Using that Jalalahara Bandha or that throat lock. Keep the navel drawn in towards the spine. Stay with your exhale. Inhale, both arms rise up. Palms facing inward. Twist to your left on an exhale. Right hand to the left knee. Let the chin hover over the shoulder, working deeper with your exhales. Keeping the spine long, the collarbones broad on your inhales. Right hand stays as is. Inhale, left arm rises. Cross it over the right. And then tuck chin to chest. Round the spine. Feel the mid portion of the back pushing to the wall behind you. Continue to keep the navel pulling back and in towards the spine. Chin to chest, pressing into one another. Breath in, release the arms up and overhead. Palms come to touch, let the head fall back. Exhale, cactus the arms. Draw the elbows down and back behind you. And let the hands come down right alongside the hips, fingertips facing forward. Spread the fingers wide from here. Knees go forward. As we start to lift the hips, let the head drop back. See if you relax the weight of the head completely. Let the glutes support the hips. Slowly lower them back down. Rock over the shins and come into tabletop. Start to organize the body. Knees underneath the hips. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Even space between each and every finger here. From there, tuck the toes under. Inhale, cow pose. Fill the body with breath, gazing upward between the brows. Untuck the toes, and as you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, gaze inward. Nice big breath in, pulls you through to cow, sending the sits bones skyward. And then with that exhale, notice as the tailbone tucks under, gazing into the midline. Take a couple breaths here on your own. You can deepen that breath with each and every movement. Start to loosen up any tight muscles, all the joints, let the hips rock from side to side. Maybe opening through the wrists, fingertips face back towards the knees, leaning back. Be mindful of the elbows, that you don't lock them out. And we'll start to come back, adding on to our cats and cows. So cows will stay the same as you inhale. Right heart pulls through the shoulder blades to squeeze. Keep the toes tucked under, and as you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, lift the hips high into downward facing dog. Stay high onto the tippy toes. As you inhale, start to bend the knees. Bring them forward and down so they're underneath the hips. Hover here for a moment. Gaze forward past the fingertips. Keep the navel drawn in. Soften the knees to the earth. Inhale, cow pose. Use this exhale to push into the hands, lift the hips high, heels stay lifted. There's some pops in the ankles. And then slowly lower the knees. Once the shins are parallel to the earth, pause, floating tabletop. Gaze forward past the fingertips. Wrists are dragging isometrically back to the wall behind you. Knees are pulling forward. Soften them to the earth. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Hover the knees, lift the hips high, up and back. One more time through. Pull the knees forward and down. Shins hover parallel to the earth. Look forward, push into the earth. Hands are dragging back. Stay here for another breath. Inhale. And exhale, lower the knees. Last cow pose. Inhale, heart pulls through. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back. Pedal up the legs as you get here, downward facing dog. About hips width distance between the feet. Rotate the eyes and the elbows forward, arms and legs equally pressing into the earth. Inhale, lift high onto the tippy toes, ripple forward, high plank. Kick through the heels from here. Lower all the way down to the belly, and dropping the knees if needed. Keep those elbows in and back. Untuck the toes, inhale, heart pulls through, baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, forehead, nose come down. Send it back to child's pose for a moment and pause. Bring the hips towards the heels. Let the body go here. Downward facing dog. Bring the belly to spine, chest towards those thighs. Inhale, right leg rises, bend the knees, stack the hip and open it up. Exhale, right knee to right tricep, come forward. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, step between the thumbs, low lunge. Root down into the fingertips, find length in the spine. Left knee touches down, Anjaneyasana, bring the hands to the thigh. Find a squeeze from the front heel to the back knee, keeping yourself lifted, space in the lower back. And then as you exhale, melt down into the hips. Feel the stretch through the front side of the left. Squeeze to lift up, right, like we're being lifted from a string from the crown of the head. As you exhale, melt the hips. Let the right knee guide forward. One more time, squeeze to lift up. And then as you exhale, melt down into the hips. Arms rise up, inhale. Press into the back left shin. Space through the lower back. Exhale, hands touch down to the earth. Step it up, top of the mat, forward folds. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold in and release. Inhale, breath, rise up. Palms come to touch, high prayer. Exhale, float down, soften the knees so that you're hinging at the hips. Inhale, heart lifts, extend the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, pull yourself forward, rippling out to high plank. Option for chaturanga or lowering all the way down. Exhale. Inhale, untuck the toes. Pull the heart through. Let the shoulders relax from the ears. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hip and open it up. Left knee, left tricep, come forward and hold. Weight in the hands. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, step through the thumbs, low lunge. Little lift of the chest. Right knee touches down, untuck the back toes. Anjaneyasana, hands to the thigh. Stay active in the lower body, a squeeze from the heel to the knee. Melt the hips forward from here, guiding the left knee ahead of you. And then inhale, again, like we're being lifted from the crown of the head straight up. Melt the hips down and forward. Inhale, back and up. This time we'll hold. Exhale, melt the hips forward and down. Inhale, arms rise up. Right, stay active without collapsing. Still feel that lift as you reach through the fingertips. Float the hands down as you exhale. Tuck the back toes. Step it up, top of the mat and folds. Let the head go. Soften the knees. Press into the corners of the feet and inhale. Halfway lift, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold, release. Big breath into rise up. Keep going back a little bit further. Exhale, float down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Plant the hands, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take it forward. Moving through your vinyasa, you can add on, omit, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, take it through, upward facing dog. Those thighs are hovering. Right, space from the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, downward facing dog. Connect to the breath and stillness from here. Inhale, right leg rises. Bend the knee, stack the hip, open it up. Right knee, right tricep, come forward and hold. Continue to breathe. Kick through the left heel, thigh is firm. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bring the knee forward, step it through, low lunge. Little lift of the chest from here. Inhale, high lunge. We bring the bottom left hip forward, nice deep bend in the front knee. Interlace the fingers, release the pointer fingers, squeeze the palms to touch. Work to keep the elbows straight but not locked. With an exhale, we come over to the right. Right, to modify, you can always drop that back knee. We'll peel the left shoulder back, so we're lifting the heart forward and up. Give those palms another squeeze. Take the breath into the left side body. We'll come down a little further as you exhale. Inhale, rise back up through center. Float the hands down as you exhale, low lunge. Left foot steps outside of the right foot. So we're going to be pinky to pinky here with the right leg in front of the left. And then fold inward. Left hand grabs the right wrist crease as we inhale. Wind up and over to the left, taking an opposite direction, side or lateral bend. Squeeze the inner thighs, bring the tailbone under, and right shoulder lays back. Find your edge, breathing with ease into the right side body. Test where you can take this pose, right? There's power in choosing where to go. Wind down as you exhale, soft knees, forward fold over cross legs. Perch the left knee behind the right knee. Start to bend the right knee from here, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, right arm rises. Find length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Belly to spine, flat back. Release the right hand down. Step it back, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Press into the back edge of the left foot. Square the hips, arms alongside the ear. Nice deep bend within the front knee. Inhale and exhale. Float the hands down, low lunge. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Option to keep that leg lifted as we flow. Inhale forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga hold. Inhale, two-legged upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Hold from here, nice and high above the elbow. Keep breathing. Kicking back through the right heel. Back thigh is firm. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Inhale, brings us up to rise, high lunge. Arrive from here. Left hip steering back, right hip forward. Right, think of bring the bottom right hip forward. Tailbone under. Interlace the fingers, release the pointer finger. And with an exhale, we find our hinge over to the left. Find space in the torso. Right side ribs opening. Bring the right shoulder back, and then again, work to squeeze the palms together. Stay intentional with your efforts here. Down a little further as you exhale. Inhale, rise back up through center. Float the hands down, low lunge. Step the right foot outside of the left foot. So from behind, we're just pinky to pinky there. Squeezing the thighs and folding inward. Pressing evenly into the four corners of both feet. Right hand, left wrist crease. As we inhale, come all the way up, then over to the right. Inner thighs bound together. Tailbone under. Working to come a little bit further each time, each breath through. Keep the navel in. Rise back up through center. Inhale. Exhale, float down over cross legs. Right knee perches up and behind the left knee. Squeeze and sit into the left foot, the left heel. Inhale, left arm rises, add your twist. Light press onto the right fingertips, flat back. Wind the hand down, step it back, warrior one. Inhale, shoulders over hips. Press into the back right heel. Right heel to heel alignment or a bit wider to help square those hips. Lift the gaze. Exhale, float the hands down, low lunge. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Optional three-legged flow. Forward on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Two-legged upward inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay for the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right leg rises. Put space here. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, come forward. Option to layer in your arm balance here or continue to hold and breathe. Find chaturanga arms. Maybe that left leg rises up. Take it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. All right, familiar territory here. Inhale, rise up. High lunge. Squeezing the sides of the body in towards the midline, creating a stable hold. Interlace the fingers, release the pointer finger. Notice if you always cross the same thumb on top and switch that out. Exhale, come down to the right. Left shoulder lays back, arms are straight, biceps are hugging the ears. Come down a little further, bend into the front knee. Rise through center as you inhale. Keep the grip halfway down as you exhale. Feel the weight transferring into the right foot. Perch the left knee behind the right knee. Left hand touches down, inhale, right arm rises. Perch twist. Exhale, right hand down. Step the right pinky outside the left pinky outside the right pinky. Crossing the legs, right leg is in front. Left hand grabs the right wrist crease. Inhale, up and over to the left. A modified half moon. Keep the legs active, rooting you down. Get lighter as you reach out to the left. Exhale, float down over crossed legs. Inhale, left leg rises, standing split. Walk the hands back towards the foot, maybe grab an ankle. Left leg keeps rising from the inseam, hips are squared. Step the left leg back, warrior one, inhale. Rise up. Hug inward, outer left thigh wrapping forward. Tall through the spine. Lift up, let the head start to relax back. Arms come back behind you, interlace the fingers, knuckles trickle down. Humble, right shoulder inside the right knee. Devotional warrior. Pull the right hip back, start to send the knuckles skyward, palms pressing together. Release the hands inside the right foot, pivot the right toes in as you walk to the left, wide-legged forward folds. Lift the chest as you inhale, exhale, fold inward, find a grip. Hands or arms release outward, inhale, rise up, star pose, palms come to touch overhead. Left toes pivot to the back of your mat, warrior two. Find shoulders over hips, gazing past the fingertips. We're going to flow through this a few times with the breath. Left toes stay pointing towards the back wall the entire time. Inhale, rise up to center. Flex the left toes up. And then send the hips back, weight into the right heel. Chest stays lifted, core is tight. Inhale, rise up, left toes press down. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs, palms overhead. Left toes peel up, sit deeper into that right heel. Hips come lower and in line with that knee. Maybe frame the face from here. Rise up, star pose, inhale. Exhale, warrior two, bend through the knee. Last time through. Inhale, rise up, left toes flex up. Sit into your side lunge, hips come down and back. Look down and extend through the arms. All right, keep digging that left heel in and back, feeling the inseam open. Rise up, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Left arm rises, inhale, peaceful, take it back. Stay for the breath, inhale. Exhale, float the hands down, low lunge. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Option to add on chin stands. Keep the leg lifted, inhale, float forward. Hug the elbows in and back like chaturanga, extend the chin away from you. You can see where it takes you. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Find yourself in downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths from here. Left leg rises as you inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Option to hold. Or take it into your arm balance. Right, shift the weight forward. Right leg can rise up. Three-legged dog, we'll meet back. Exhale, step through the thumbs, slow lunge. Inhale, breath, rise up, high lunge. Palms squeeze together, release the pointer finger. Exhale, come down to the left. Compressing the left side waistline, the kidney, the adrenal gland, getting that nice tight compression as we come down a little bit further. Inhale, rise back through center. Halfway down as you exhale. Flat back, gazing forward, feel the weight get heavier into the left foot. Right leg floats up. Perch the right knee behind the left knee and squeeze. Right hand touches down, left arm rises, perch twist. Exhale, left hand down. Right leg behind the left leg and fold inward. Right hand grabs the left wrist crease. Rise up and take it over to the right. And don't limit yourself. See how far you can take the pose. Keep the inner thigh squeezing, left hip crease steers back. Wind it down as you exhale. Right leg rises up, standing split. Pull the inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Press into the corners of your standing foot. And then float it back, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Outer right hip forward. Square hips to the front of the room. Let the head start to rest back. Take the gaze skyward. Arms float behind you, interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms. Humble or devotional warrior, dip the left shoulder inside the knee. Knuckles can start to go skyward as you squeeze the palms. Try not to lock the elbows. Can you fold into it here without expectation? Keep the toes pressing without gripping. Supporting without forcing. Release the hands inside the foot. Pivot to your right as you take your left toes in. Wide-legged forward fold. Find some space as you lift. Exhale, dive in a little bit further here. Firm the thighs as you press into the feet. Bring the weight forward towards the toe mounds. Release the arms, rise up, inhale. Right toes pivot to the back of your mat, warrior two. Find a gaze over the fingertips. Inhale, arms rise, straighten the right leg. The right toes will stay facing the back wall. They lift up. And then we sit down and back into the left heel. You're gonna make sure that knee is not tracking past the toes. You're sending everything back as the heart pulls forward. Inhale, straighten the legs. Warrior two, exhale. And adjust the feet as necessary. Inhale, rise up. Right toes flex up. Send the hips back, heart forward. Side lunge. Feel that through the inseam of the right leg. Last time through, inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms rise. Exhale, sit down and back into that left heel. Flat back, arms can reach forward, biceps with the ears. Rise back up, star pose. Warrior two. Right arm rises, breath in. Peaceful warrior. Stay for the breath. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, low lunge. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. An option to add in that chin stand. Right, we'll always have one side that's a little bit stronger. For me, it feels much more natural on the side. So coming forward, inhale, elbow squeeze in and back, and maybe the right leg rises up. So move through your flow here. And we'll take a second to grab a sip of water or child's pose. And just bring it down for a moment. Right, no heat. Gets hot pretty quick though. We'll create our own heat. All right, hope you guys are feeling good. Let's get right back to it. Downward facing dog. Right leg rises, inhale. Right knee, right tricep forward and hold. Bring it to the left, down to the left wrist, over to the right, right tricep. Left tricep, bring it down, bring it over, lift it up. Last time, to the left, to the wrist, to the right, to the tricep, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Right hand moves inside the foot. Pivot to your left skandasana. Hips towards the heel, left toes flex up towards the sky. And then play with bringing hands to heart center. Find a focal point to steady the gaze, to bring yourself back. See the arms like warrior two. Gaze down to left fingertips. Look where you're going. And see if you can lift yourself up from skandasana. So warrior two. However you get there, we arrive. Left knee is opening to the wall behind you. Both feet are pressing. Right arm comes behind you, left arm rises, peaceful warrior. Right hand stays behind the back, left forearm to left thigh, or hand to earth, side angle. Stack the shoulders, gaze upward here. Pull in the left rib cage through. So you're really feeling the twist of the pose. Release the bind as you inhale, sweep it back, left leg straightens. Firm the thigh, Trikonasana triangle pose. Continue to extend forward. See if you can pause for a moment. Try not to rush it. Flip the palms and then cartwheel the arms. Gaze lifts upward. And there's a lift in the torso. So again, you're not dipping down, but you're finding space even alongside the bottom left side of the torso. Wind the hands down, frame the front foot, exhale. Right foot steps up to meet the left, forward fold, Uttanasana. So I'm gonna come around here. Drop the seat as you inhale, arms rise, Uttanasana, chair pose. Chest is lifted. So you can sit a little bit lower from there, bring the knees back. Tapping into that fire that we're starting to build. Press into the right foot, inhale, rise up, one-legged mount. Bring the elbows down and back. Tree pose or Ursasana, take the sole of left foot to the inner thigh or below the knee. Start with steadying the gaze. Firmly rooting so that we can rise with the arms. Taking a moment to settle here. Hands overturn to heart center. Float the left leg off the thigh. Keep the toes flexed. Warrior three. Start to press back through the left heel. Outer left hip is down. Think of dragging the pinky toe towards the earth. Let the hands come down inside the right foot. Lizard pose. Right foot moves to the edge of the mat. I always like to move this around a little bit, straightening the legs, rebending. All right, so do what you need to do here, a little shift and shimmy forward and back. And don't let the weight of the head pull you down, but pull it forward. If the back knee is still lifted, soften it to the earth and untuck the toes. And lower to the forearms. Inhale, right arm rises. Option to take a twist, curl your left heel in. Let the gaze be upward and the heart be open from here. Or the pose tends to close you off or stop the breath. And you want to find more ease there. Let the back leg float down as the right hand comes back inside the foot. Press into both hands from here. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Another option for a three-legged flow, challenge yourself and go there. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, hold. Two-legged upward facing dog, pause from here. Tuck the toes, bring it back, chaturanga. High plank, downward facing dog. Little bit of upper body strength there. Take an inhale. Side out, exhale. Left leg rises, inhale. Step through the thumbs, low lunge. Skandasana, left hand inside the foot. Pivot to your right. Right toes flex up towards the sky. Let the arms come out to warrior two. Look down the length of the right arm where you're going. Commit to it. See if you can fly up. Warrior two. Ride the breath. Readjust as you get there. Heel through the back arch. Length through the arms. Give the shoulder blades a squeeze. Right arm rises. Left arm comes behind the lower back. Peaceful warrior. Keep the half bind. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh or hand to earth. Bring the left side body back. Right rib cage through. Sweep it back as you inhale, right leg straightens. Triangle pose. Slow it down. Hips shift back. Reach and extend forward. Right arm comes down, left arm rises. Feel the drag from both heels to one another. Thighs are firm, feet are pressing. A lightness as you reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, left hand down, soften the right knee. Step it up, forward fold, Uttanasana. Press into the feet, hang out here for a moment. Inhale, chair pose, weight to the heels, arms rise up, sit a little bit lower. Give the knees a squeeze as you spiral the inner thighs down to the earth. Sit a little bit lower. Push into both feet. Inhale, rise up. The right leg will float. The right foot will float up off the ground, one-legged mountain. Sole of the right foot to the inner thigh. Tree pose, Vrksasana. Working to ground ourselves here. Right knee comes out and back. Hands can move anywhere here. Pause and find the breath. Exactly where you need to be. Without judgment, without second thought. Hands come through heart center. Float the foot off the inner thigh. Flex the toes up here. Keep that engagement through. Warrior three. You like to let the knees graze. That helps to keep the hips squared from here. And so if you can bring the hands to your lower back. Think of dragging your right pinky toe towards the earth. Start to bend the left knee. We're landing in lizard pose, so both hands are inside the foot. Heel toe the foot more towards the edge. And again, warm up the hips, the hamstrings a little more by bending and lifting, shifting and shimmying a few times. And settling into stillness. Back knee is lifted for more heat or lowered for a deeper stretch, maybe coming down to the forearms. And instead of looking back, try to gaze right ahead of the fingertips or toes. I don't think you always want to be looking back into the past or being dragged there, but working to keep the gaze just ahead of you. Back knee will drop if it's still lifted. With an inhale, left arm rises, adding your twist. Option to reach back and grab for the foot, adding your quad twist. We're working to open up from here. Left shoulder lays back. Let the heart break open towards the sky. Soft release of that back foot. Left hand comes back down to the earth. Tuck the toes, lizard pose. Inhale, left leg rises. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Two-legged upward facing dog, pause. Tuck the toes back under. Chaturanga. High plank. Whew, downward facing dog. Right leg rises, inhale. Exhale, knee to the nose, step it through, low lunge. Right hand inside the foot. Pivot to your left, Skandasana. Let the hands start to float off the earth if you have them there. Keep the space, the length of the spine. Right hand touches down. Inhale, left arm rises. Welcome to Add That Bind. Left arm behind the lower back. Right arm threads outside of the shin. And then peel the chest up and open to the left. Release the grip from here. Wide-legged forward folds. Option to get upside down, or we are upside down. An option to lift the feet if you'd like to practice an inversion. Or you can go into your tripod, maybe a crow pose. Just taking the next couple of breaths to find what you need here. And we'll start to come back into our wide-legged forward fold, feet to the earth. Arms rise out and up, star pose, inhale. Left toes to the back wall, warrior two, exhale. Left arm rises, right arm behind the lower back, half bound, peaceful. Exhale, half bound, side angle. Left arm to the thigh or to the earth. You can find a full bind here. Left arm will thread underneath the left thigh. Let this help to stack the shoulders, lift the chest. We have bound triangle. You can start to straighten that leg. Continue to hold on, but find a freedom in the breath, navel to spine. Release the bind if you have it, Trikonasana. Exhale, frame the left foot, step it up, forward fold. Take a moment to pause, ragdoll pose, grab the elbows, maybe from behind the shins, lifting through the hips. Give yourself a nice big hug from here. Thankful for what we've accomplished so far. Let's keep going. Drop the seats, chair pose, inhale, arms rise, Utkatasana. Weight to the heel, sit lower, don't limit yourself to where you're able to go. Length through the spine. Right foot presses, rise up, one-legged mountain. Coming into a tree variation or a Bikram style tree. Think half lotus. Sole left foot turns upward, drag the foot up on the thigh, anywhere towards the hip, guiding the left knee down and back. Hands come to heart center. We'll add on from here, so be sure to find that press into your standing foot. Left arm can wrap around the low back for a half bind. Do this here. If you have a strap or a towel, you can use that. Maybe peace sign fingers grab the big toe. Right arm rises alongside the ear. And just give things a shot, see if it works, and if it doesn't work for you, you can always omit them. Right? That's the beauty of this, that you can make this practice your own, adding and omitting as you need. We'll start to hinge forward. You can use your blocks or whatever you have to support you so that the hands connect to the earth, folding inward. Keep the navel in, left knee pointing down. If you're still bound here with the left arm, let that hand touch down, 3 points of contact. Option to play with toe stand, Padangusthasana. Start to bend your right knee, bring the hips towards your rising right heel. Arms like kickstands can walk to either side of you. Keep the gaze steady. Start to find length in the spine. Maybe hands come to heart center. If you fall out, no worries. Still hanging there. We'll come out just as you entered. As you rise up, hover the left foot off the thigh. Toes are flexing upward. Warrior three, take it back. Keep pressing into that right foot. We'll be off of it before we know. Open the hip. Hanging half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Keep the same engagements of warrior three. Bring it down, standing split. Soften the right knee. Land the left foot to the back of the mat. Lizard pose, right hand inside the foot, heel toe, right foot to the edge. Press down into the hands. Pull the chest forward by dragging the wrist back. Left foot steps outside of the left pinky, Malasana Yogi Squat. Let the elbows press to the inner thighs. Find length in the spine without sinking down into the pose. And eventually pressing the heels to the earth. The feet can come wider if needed. Either hang here in your Malasana, opening up the hips, the inner thighs, or hands come down to the earth, fingers spread wide. Claw into the fingertips, press into the knuckles, and lift the hips. Toes are facing the backs of the wrists, let the head go. A few times here, let's drop the hips, look forward. See if you keep the hands pressing onto the earth. Lift the hips and fold, exhale. Lower the hips, look forward, inhale. One more. Lift the hips, exhale. Lower the hips, inhale. This time we'll hold. Lift the hips, keep the hands pressed into the earth. Option to play with crow. Come onto the tippy toes, connect the knees high on the triceps, think of getting them into the armpits like a puzzle piece. Navel to spine, press into the earth, shift it forward. Then don't gaze back. Option to take this back through chaturanga or maybe add a tripod headstand. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Lots of dog hair here. All right, downward facing dog. Let's take a nice big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Last time we're running through it. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Left hand inside the foot. Pivot to your right skandasana. Hands hover to heart center. Left fingertips align out past the toes. Inhale, right arm rises. Half bind, reach around the lower back. Full bind, left arm wraps in front of the shin. You're not being pulled down, but lift it up. Unravel the arms. Come through center, wide-legged forward folds. And any variation or expression you'd like to move through here. Take 3 more breaths, inhale. And exhale. 2, inhale. Nice full exhale. Last time through, inhale. And exhale. Rise up, rapid. Right toes to the back of your mat. Exhale, warrior 2. Left arm behind you, right arm rises, peaceful warrior, sweep it back. Exhale, forearm to thigh or hands earth, side angle. Stay with your half bind or incorporate full bind. Right arm threads from underneath, hands interlaced, peel the left shoulder back. Right leg can start to straighten from here. Take it into triangle. If you're still bound, arms release into Trikonasana. Exhale, left hand down, step the left foot outside, up to the right, forward fold, Uttanasana. Take a moment here. Grab opposite elbows. Find a little ragdoll pose. Guys, what are you doing? Stop. Come here, Petunia. Some unedited interruptions. So from our forward fold at the top of the mat, drop the seat, lift the arms. Final chair pose, nice and low. Challenge yourself to stay here, 3 breaths. Thighs parallel to the earth, inner thighs squeezing in and down. A little bit lower, last breath, inhale. And exhale, one-legged mountain, right leg hovers, hands to heart center. Keep this lift of the chest. Standing half lotus or Bikram style tree. Take your right heel towards the left hip. Sole of the foot is turned upward. Right hip comes down and back. Getting a little more into those hips. Take an expression with the arms from here. We continue to keep the hips pulling forward. Option, take the right arm around the low back. Maybe peace sign fingers, grab onto the big toe. Right knee still pointing down. Left arm rises alongside the ear. This side could be completely different, so give it a shot. Start to hinge forward, flat back. Let the left hand connect to something, the block, the floor, fold in forehead to shin. Right arm release if it's still bound. Option to take this into Padangusthasana toe stand. Start to bend the left knee as you drop the hips to the rising left heel, so that heel lifts off the mat where you're on the toe mat, the toe stand. Arms come to either side. Find one point or drishti gaze to focus on. Play with your balance. Maybe one hand or both can come to heart center. Core in tight to find a lift through the crown of the head. Extra challenge, maybe the hips hover off the heel. Hands will touch down. And exit the pose just as mindfully as you got there. Peeling the upper body up. Hover the right thigh, flex the toes. Warrior 3, take it back. Press out through the heel. Pull forward through the chest. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Left arm will extend down. Right arm rises up to stack the right side body open. Standing splits, fold in. Soften the left knee, step the right leg back, low lunge, right into lizard, so take the hands inside the foot. Squeeze the knee to the outer arm, chest forward. Step it up, Malasana squat. Lower the hips. You can sit on a block here for support. Maybe you just stay with the breath, or if you'd like to play with another crow. Right, think of the circle of the palms as a suction cup, lifting from that center. Right, you're pushing into your knuckles, you're clawing into your fingertips, and then hugging those elbows in, chaturanga arms. So you can take a few warm-ups here, just lowering and lifting. Right, and as you place your hands, shoulders with distance, find that engagement in the hands, right? Set up the pose slowly. Eyes of the elbows forward so that the elbows will bend back. Knees come nice and high up and in towards those armpits. You're gazing just past the fingertips, nap back behind you, belly to spine, start to shift that weight. You can take a toe tap drill, tapping down, lifting back up. And then option to take it back through chaturanga, jump back. Maybe a headstand. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, ripple out, high plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes. Draw the fingertips back. Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Push into the hips. Push into the toenails. Peel the chest up and through. Keep the belly drawn in. Elbows pulling back. Exhale, forehead, nose come down. Let the arms come alongside of you. Look to the right. With the palms down alongside of you, just shimmy the hips. Left, right, with the arms underneath. Chin resting on center. Right leg rises, locust pose. Inhale. Keep the toes pointed. Rising up a little bit higher with each breath. Press into the hands. And then release right side body, right leg down. Left side, inhale, lift it up. Really point through the big toe. And lower it down. We'll take the full expression from here. Bring the arms closer and further underneath the body. Lips come down to the mat. Do not look around from here. No twisting through the spine. Press into the hands and see if you can lift both legs. Continue to come up a little bit higher with each breath. Make sure you can connect to the breath and lower down. Right? We tend to hold when things become challenging, but you want to let that energy flow out. Release the hands, look to the left. Pause. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Bring the hips to the heels, child's pose. You need to bring the hips right over the knees. Instead of child's pose, we'll take puppy dog. So you'll start to walk the arms forward. They're firm, they're pressing, and then lowering the heart down. Chin can rest forward with the gaze, or rest down as you take the gaze forward. See how it feels in the shoulders. To modify, the arms come wider. Walk the hands back, tabletop. Inhale, right arm rises, stack the shoulders. Exhale, thread the needle, right arm comes through. Taking your expression, right arm can extend forward, right leg can rise up, or left leg. Bring the knee back down, left hand under shoulder, inhale, counter pose. Take that arm straight back up towards the ceiling. Back down to center. Left arm rises, inhale. Exhale, thread it through, left ear to the mat. Match what you did on the first side. Knee comes back. Wrist under shoulder, release the arm back up towards the ceiling, counter pose, and back down. From here, we're just going to warm or get into the knees with reclined hero's pose. This is a pose I want you to be careful with. If you need a block, use that. Or you're going to open up the feet wider than the hips. Come to sit between the heels, shimmying down. You notice any sensation or what's going on. Pause here. Or hands come to the heel, to the feet. Now we let the knees rise, lower down one elbow at a time. Crown of the head to back of the head slowly touch down. And arms overhead for final expression, grabbing opposite elbows. Guide the tailbone forward, the knees forward. Let the breath keep you present here. Sit with it for one more breath. Just as you got into the pose, press down into the elbows, palms to the feet. Support yourself on your way up. Plant the hands, downward facing dog. Find some movement in the legs, pedal it out. Option to flow here. Lower down, sit towards the center of the mat. Right leg extends, Janu Shirsasana, sole left foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, reach for the right foot. Left arm rises. Lay back through the left shoulder, left bicep can come over the ear. Grabbing for the toes, left knee heavy. Some softness from shoulders to ears. Rise back up through center, switch it out. Left leg extends. Right foot to the inner thigh, and exhale, folds. Keep pressing out through the heel, pulling back through the toes. Right arm rises, stack the shoulders, you're adding that twist. Lay the right arm over the ear. Without collapsing, keep lifting up. Or looking up. Right side body anchors you to the earth, then inhale, rise up. Both legs extend out in front of you. Lift the chest, hinge at the hips, flat back, Paschimottanasana. Toes point, peel yourself up, chin off the chest last. Hands come behind you, fingertips forward, press into the circle of the palms. Take your reverse plank pose. You're gonna firm the thighs, use the glutes, some upper body strength, and lift up. Keep digging the heels in and back. Chin to chest, lower the hips down. So I want to finish up, we opened up the hips, the inner thighs, working into compass pose. We'll bend the left knee to start. Right shoulder inside the knee from here. You can rock it a few times. And then the right hand's going to press down to the earth. Working to extend that left leg. You want to pull yourself through. Breathing into the left side body. Pointing through the toes. Right, and even if we're here, we're working the pose with where we're at right now. And then as you're ready to come down, or if you want to even add on. Okay, so just picking up where we left off, we were playing with compass pose. So I was saying if you wanted to take compass pose into an 8 angle, right, as you're still here, you can take the left ankle, cross it over the right. Squeeze the knees together, hugging that right shoulder. Hands placed to the earth like chaturanga. Looking to the right down the length of the legs, you squeeze and press the feet out. Possibly the hips lift, not today for me. So moving on to the other side, the right knee will bend. Are you pressing into the outer thigh, the outer shin? Take the left leg, pull the knee back, bring it outside the arm, nice and high as you can here. Right hand grabs the top of the foot. Left hand presses into the earth, maybe you're blocked, and start to extend through the leg. Right, see if you can bring the chest through, looking up through the right. Feel the right side body as you breathe into it. And see where you can go with it. And it's worth giving it a shot on this side. Right, I'll keep that left leg nice and high, toes pointed. Right ankle over the left. Squeeze the inner thighs, keep navel to spine. Right, fingertips are forward. So as I start to bring the heart forward, elbows squeeze in and alongside the body. And if your legs are slippery, it's going to make it just a little bit more challenging. So that squeeze the knees together. And maybe this side happens. We'll bring ourselves down. Press the feet into the earth. Lift the chest, reach forward, flat back, legs rise, Navasana. Legs can straighten. Start to lower it down, half bow. Pause from here. Right knee comes in towards the chest, grab onto the shin, slowly lower the head down. Left leg will stay hovering, challenging that core. Right side compresses in. Switch it out. Release the right leg to hover, left knee pulls in towards the shoulder. With each and every exhale, hug the knee to shoulder.
Release the left leg. Keep the legs floating, arms overhead. Both knees in towards the chest and squeeze. Give it a little rock and roll. Uncurling the low back, press into the earth. We'll finish with a supine twist. Release the arms out to either side. Backs to the shoulders, rooted. Press into the feet, move your hips to the left, knees come down to the right. Any variation here. Let the gaze come down the length of the left arm. Starting to wind things down, feel supported on the mat. Soften the gaze. Back through center. Take the hips and scoot them to the right. Knees come down to the left. Release back to center, center those hips. Hug the forehead to the knees, squeeze inward. Thank yourself for carving out some time today for your practice. Create the tension through the physical body here. Squeeze in the fingers, the toes, the belly, the jaw, the eyes, and let it go. Final Shavasana. However you feel comfortable, grab a blanket, maybe a pillow. Let the eyes start to close. Scan through the body, relaxing the tips of the toes, up and over the ankles, the knees and the thighs, to the hips and alongside the belly. Rise and fall of the chest with each passing breath as it starts to come back to normal. Shoulders heavy into the mat, away from the ears. Arms lengthen down alongside of you. Palms up as the fingers coil in naturally without resisting. Trace back up the sides of the neck. Over the jaw as it releases, tongue off the roof of the mouth. Relaxing the brows. Over the forehead, resting up through the crown of the head. Stay here as long as you'd like. You've earned this pose. Find connection to yourself and the breath. And leave here what no longer serves you. Thanks for flowing with me today, guys. Namaste.